Good afternoon. How's it going? We're going to review one of the problems that came back incorrect. This problem is focused on the volume and some other geometric concepts. So we're going to work through that together. Let's look now at the problem. So it says boxes are being loaded onto a ship. There are 4 boxes. They're 2 feet tall, 3 feet wide, and 4 feet long. And there are 2 boxes are loaded after that, each of which is 2 feet wide, 2 feet long, and 1 feet tall. So let's think about some of the key words that we see in this problem that would have helped us figure out where we should go with this. One word that I see that's super key here is, well, in our question, is asking us to look for the volume. Now, if we remember, volume is length multiplied by the width multiplied by the height. Or another way to say that is multiplied by the depth of an object. So length times width times height. Another way to think of it is that when we talk about area in 2nd and 3rd grade, we look at flat shapes like a rectangle, or a flat shape like this square here. Volume deals a bit differently, where volume asks us to look more at shapes that have 3 dimensions, kind of like this. This has volume. If there was a hole in it, I could put something inside. I can pour something in it. I could store toys in it. I can store video games or other sort of cool things in it. I can store my dolls in it, whatever I needed to do. In this particular problem, we're asking, if we put boxes somewhere, how much space will they take up inside something? So again, if I have this, looks like a flat 2-dimensional shape here, but if I look at it, really it has volume because I can go in it. So this is a 3-dimensional shape that has length, width, and it has height. So it has length and width and height. So that's how so now we're going to look deeper into this problem to see how we can understand that a little bit more to solve the problem, how we can use volume to help us solve the problem. Pardon me. All right, so this is the ship, and the ship has some containers on it. So when you put something onto a ship, it's best if you're storing it on top of it. You're thinking, what kind of space is it taking up? So these shipping containers, all of them take up space on top of this. Even though they're in the air, they're not in a room. Volume is also just the space you take up in a room. That's why we take up volume when we enter a room or leave a room. We give that room some of its space back. And we trade that volume with the air all around us. And that's how we're going to think about how we're going to put these boats onto a ship. All right, so here we go. So let's visualize the problem. So we have 4 boxes that are 2 feet tall, 3 feet wide, and 4 feet long. So our 4 boxes are here, these blue boxes, and we know that they are 2 feet tall. We know they are 3 feet wide, and they have a length to them also. So we're gonna, oh, look at that. Okay, so I'll label it there, and then I'll turn this one and label the length. They're all the same size box, and label the length 4. So now those are the 4 boxes. The dimensions of these 4 boxes, we would write it's 2 when we say by or connected to. And when talking about volume, we're talking about the length to the width to the height. We use the multiplication symbol by 3. And then we're talking about that long length, which is here, by 4. So that's also convenient because when I multiply them, that will give me the volume also, right? So knowing those dimensions tells me if I'm going to find area where there's 2 dimensions, length and width, or I'm going to find volume where there's 3, length times width times height, or length times width times depth. All right, so to find the volume of one box that is blue, I would do 2 times 3 times 4. Awesome. Let's look at the other boxes, these 2 red boxes. So it says that another 2 boxes are loaded after that, and each is 2 feet wide, 2 feet long, and 1 foot tall. So this is not to scale by any means. That means this is not exactly how the box would look, but this shape still has 3 dimensions. So we're going to look at this shape here again, where we have the front end, where we have is 2 feet wide, and it's 2 feet long. So that's this length here on this box, this length here, and the height is going to be 1. So to find this volume of one box, I would multiply the 2 by 2 by 1. And that would give me the volume of one box. So previously we said that here, if I multiplied 4 by 4, by 3, by 2, that would give me the volume of one box. What is the volume of one box? 4 times 3 is 12, times 2 more is 24. So that's 24 cubic feet. Another way to write that is 24 feet cubed. I'll do that for this one here. Or we can say 2 by 2 by 1, which is 2 by 2 is just 4, and then times that by 1, and that still is 4. So this box is 4 feet cubed. All right, awesome. So now we know the volume of 2 boxes. One box is the 4 by 3 by 2, that's 24 feet cubed, and one box, the red box, is 4 feet cubed. But that still isn't the end. What we know is that this problem is asking us to think about 4 boxes that are 24 feet cubed. That's each of these boxes here. And another box that is 4 cubic feet. So I could do 24, 1, 2, 4 times, and 24 times 4 is 96. I can check my work. If I do 25 times 4, we all know that 4 quarters into $1, that's 100. I take away 4 of those individual pieces, that gives me 96. Because there are 4 of those boxes. And if I take up 2 of those, 4 times 2 8. All right. And then that's just my feet cubed. All right. Now, what do we do now? So we need to, let's read our problem and see what it asks us. It says how much total volume, total is a trigger for addition, in cubic feet is taken up by all the boxes loaded. So we just simply add 96 plus 8. And we get 104 feet cubed. So our final answer then would be the boxes take up 104 cubic feet of space on the ship. And remember, in volume, the way we check our work is in whatever strategy we use to check our multiplication. Sometimes people use backwards division. Sometimes people use repeated addition. This is a pretty simple problem. A repeated addition could have worked once you found the volume of 1. It would have taken a long time, but it was not the worst idea. But it's not the most efficient. This is the most efficient way, is to make sure we're getting these quick multiplication equations and adding up our areas. All right. Thank you.